my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're in trouble. Oh, hold on. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Hello. 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 It's on. It's on. I just had to check. Just had to check. Oh my goodness. Am I in deep this time? Yep. Yep. Kent, great to hear from you. Sorry, I didn't have enough space to get all of your message there. But I tell you what, NAB is if you can only do it once for sure. But it is like going to, Disneyland. Disney World, if you're in Orlando. Yeah. It is an overwhelming experience the first time you go. The first time you walk into one of these halls that's probably, I don't know, the size of an indoor football stadium, except the ceiling's not as high. And it's crammed full of all sorts of gear. Oh, golly gee whiz. Yes, it is. So yes, put it on your bucket list, Ken. And Tommy, put it on your ankle bracelet. I don't have one anymore list. And many thanks to Tommy. Tommy is actually sponsoring one of the prizes that we are giving away at our mini meetups. We're doing 5 mini meetups at NAB. 5. But that's what we're going to talk about on the show, so I don't want to get into that too much. I like you're promoting the other shows. Did I promote another show? Must have been a moment of weakness, dementia, absent-mindedness. What shows did I promote? No. I think you're misunderstanding. This poster, wherever it is, right here. Hang on, I'll bring it back, but it'll have some music with it, so bear with. Yeah, that poster, that's not other shows, Tommy. That's times when we're doing a mini meetup of all the streaming idiots at the various different booths throughout NAB. These are our friends at NAB. And so we are visiting our friends. And it's kind of like when you, when you go visit somebody that's just moved into a new house and you bring them a housewarming gift, except it's not like that at all. Instead of bringing a housewarming gift to our friends at the booths, we're using their booths as a site to give away a gift to you. So there you go. Yeah. So, but thank you anyway. I appreciate the compliment. GI, what time zone? What time is it where you are? I know what time it is where I am. It is 1:49 in the afternoon because I'm not in Eastern time in the US. I'm in Central, but I throw Eastern out there because everybody knows Eastern. Yes. So yeah. So we have audio. Good. We have audio, except Xavier can't hear the audio. Yeah. I don't know how this would have done on a green screen. It's got just enough green in the palm trees to maybe make it translucent or something. Not corrected, just agreed with, but modified. How about that? All right, Kent was just wondering if there is enough for his wife to walk around with him. I can say it's Kent, it will wear you out. I mean, if you're a marathon runner, you might not get worn out, but pacing up and down all those halls, I'll show you some maps here in the show in just a few minutes. But yeah, yeah, she'll get her steps in. She will. Okay. So it's 2040 would be 8:49 p.m. 8:49 p.m. Almost 9. All right. Well, thanks for spending your evening with us. Assuming you're hanging around. So Tommy says, I stand confused. Well, you could be standing. You may not be standing. You could be sitting. But that's okay. That's okay. No, it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. They always are. You see people that you know that you didn't know you knew. You see people that you've been following or maybe watching their videos, and you finally get a chance to meet them in person. You see people maybe you've talked to over the phone or corresponded with, or maybe even collaborated with, and there they are in person. It's really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. We're going to hang out with the folks at X Keys. So that'll be Maggie, and then of course Joe DeMax is collaborating a lot with X Keys these days, so he'll be there at X Keys. And we're actually I don't want to give up on my thunder. Doggone it. All right, we'll wait for a second. We'll wait just a few minutes longer. I just can't stand it. I'm so happy. It's really, really good stuff. So yeah, we'll go to X Keys and see Maggie and Joe and all the other X Keys crew. And we'll go to PTZ Optics and see Paul and Tess and all the other PTZ Optics crew. And we'll go to vMix and see Tim and Martin and Heath and maybe TJ. We'll see them there. I understand that Petra's going to be in town, so we'll see her there. That'll be cool. We're going to go to BirdDog. That's going to be fun. See our friend Dan and Jake and all the rest of that crowd. They have a big announcement coming up. I don't want to steal their thunder except to say they have a big announcement coming up. So that's going to be fun. We'll go back to X Keys and see Joe. So we're going to kind of do 2 visits to the X Keys booth. One for I'm stealing my own thunder again. Doggone it. So anyway, and we may have some other friends that we visit along the way and do some stuff. And so follow us, follow the Streaming Idiots group on Facebook to stay up with what might be going on. And we'll be doing video. Sandy's going with me. Sandy, my wife, is going with me, and she has agreed. She might back out, but she's agreed at the moment to do video. And it probably won't be live video. Not sure what the connections will be there. So it'll probably be recorded video, and then we'll come back to the hotel and post it after the fact. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Not working for vMix this year. vMix has retired me. They've retired me. They could pull me out of retirement anytime they want to, but I'm currently retired as a vMix show babe. That's what they call. That's what the show people that work in the booths call the pretty young things that are there to attract attention to the booth. So I guess they've squozen all of the show babe out of me that they possibly could. Hello, Joe. Joe's going to be at Central at NAB, coming over from. When are you arriving? You're going to have to get there a couple of days early just to get your clock in sync. I know whenever the vMix guys get there, they only at least in the past, they would only be there a day or two, and so it was still the middle of the night for them. But I think they're 9 hours or 14 hours, 15 hours, depending on how you look at it. And you are probably only 6 hours. So, yeah, so 9 in the morning Las Vegas time would be 8 hours difference. So that would be 2 in the afternoon for you. So 5 in the afternoon would be late. Would be late. Would be 11 o'clock at night. Holy cow. So you're going to be bush by the end of the day. Yeah. Sure, it will gather a lot of attention. Well, Xavier, the thing about Las Vegas is this shirt is just like a dish rag there. I mean, you know, they got things with lights and glitter and full motion, and yeah. Las Vegas is this shirt will not attract any attention in Las Vegas, except by the fact that it might be bland, according to them. And yeah, no, Tommy, Sandy doesn't let me wear those anymore. She said, no more hot pants. It's probably a good thing. So Joe's getting there Thursday. Okay, the show doesn't start till Sunday, and that's good. Well, that's good. Well, you'll have a good time to bond with your team at X Keys, and there are always some fun team building exercises that go along there. So I know you'll have fun with that. There's generally a bowling gig in there somewhere with the X Keys and the vMix folks. All right. Well, you know, Tommy, it's funny that you say that, because as I was using Sandy, my sweet spouse, to help me think through how to do the giveaways at the different booths. And, you know, my thought was, yes, I thought was exactly what you're thinking. You know, the first one to show up at Sunday at 3 o'clock at the vMix booth, which is when our time is at the vMix booth, wearing a banana outfit, will get a special prize. And Sandy said, you can't do that. What if 2 people wear banana outfits? What if 10 people wear banana outfits? Are you going to give all 10 of them a prize? So, but Dave does go down in history, in infamy, for wearing the banana costume to the vMix booth. I think that was 2017. So, yeah, it's been a few years. We'll see if he does or if he doesn't. Hello, Ken. So, Ken, did you say you were not going to be able to make it to NAB this year? Because we got some really sweet prizes that if you were to win one or more of them, it would be worth your trip. Just saying. We're going to talk about those coming up in 35 seconds. And last question is from Kent. Tom, do you think free conference call will ever be integrated to vMix? What is free conference call? Never heard of it. Just for more of a call-in show like a radio station. You can certainly make it as a feature request. My guess is if I haven't heard of it, then it probably doesn't have enough stature to appeal to vMix. Zoom has a tremendous infrastructure, and for vMix to be able to to tap into that is huge. But free conference call is going to have to bring a lot to the table to to get more of a look, or to get any look at all. Yeah. So no NAB, doggone it. What we're going to do? We're going to be stuck with all these peanuts, Ken. These mixed nuts. All right, let's do a show. You ready? Oh, yes. Speaking of retired, we have retired the X-Keys XK80. Well, I won't say retire. We're going to repurpose it. But as you can see, I've stolen a lot of the buttons off of it. And these buttons are now on our new X-Keys that we are in the process of programming. You can see a lot of the buttons are there. Repurposed, got the cough button here that actually works now. Actually, it worked before, but I would forget to use it. That was the difference. And yeah, so we're going to hit the button, the purple button, and we're going to make a show. Let's do it. Wait, where am I? Oh no. I guess maybe I'm not through programming those buttons. Well, there you go. You just never know. You just never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen. Tommy, apparently nothing. The board does not read my mind in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, we will do that. It was deep breath, Tom. Think good thoughts. Come on, you can do this. NAB 2024 coming up in 2 weeks, or less, maybe 2 weeks from this past Sunday. It's, for those of you that are saying, what are you talking about? The National Association of Broadcasters. It is a nonprofit association of broadcasters nationally. How about that for a self-explanation? No, it's all the TV station folks, all the radio station folks, all the live streaming station folks, and all the supporting folks for those industries. You can be a member of NAB and go to the NAB conference that starts, I believe, Saturday, maybe Friday, but Saturday and Sunday. And then is the big trade show, which is what NAB is probably better known for, that starts on Sunday, goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that is the 13th through the 17th, I believe, of this month of April. And the trade show is it's immense. It is by far and away the largest trade show I've ever seen in my life. It is probably 3 or 4 halls, show spaces that would easily house 1 or more American football or European football pitches. It's amazing. Now, not a high roof, well, pretty high roof, but not that high. But it's just full of hundreds and hundreds of vendors of cameras and microphones and recording equipment and cable companies and box companies and briefcase companies and computer companies and software companies and there was a year when drones were the big thing, and there were probably a dozen companies there that manufactured drones suitable for use with news teams, for example. The live streaming industry is but a little teeny sliver of that group, but it's growing every year. and folks like vMix have been going to NAB probably, I don't know that they've been going 10 years, but I bet they've been going 8. Um, no, probably 10 years. Probably 10 years. Well, I'll check with them. Um, and they had a little table in the back to start with, and now they're going to have a big, beautiful booth in the South Lower Hall. But NAB is a great trip. If you can only do it once, absolutely do it. It's a bucket list kind of trip, especially if you're watching this show, you have an interest in that kind of stuff. It is it's a great experience to see things that you wouldn't normally see, and to touch them and to talk to people and get real live answers from people that, a lot of engineers are there that know the product. I mean, the Sony folks, the Canon folks, Ross Video, Black Magic, trying to think of all the other big names. vMix, yeah, PTZ Optics, BirdDog, X Keys. Yeah, those folks will all be there, and plenty more. And it's always fun to go to the back wall in some of these large halls, where the very, very, very small companies have one product that they're hoping to be able to bring to market, or maybe they've already brought to market and they're hoping to get some publicity about it. And those are always the intriguing booths to go through and talk with folks. The pandemic and the subsequent drop in Chinese manufacturing have probably really affected NAB. I don't expect that there'll be as many Asian folks there as there have been, say, maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago. It's been a big drop off from that part of the world, but it still will be very, very interesting, very, very interesting. And what we are doing is, as you can see over the shoulder, in the past we've done a big meetup. The second night of NAB, we'll have a big meetup. We'll have a big party. One year we did it on the floor of NAB. PTZ Optics hosted us. Other times we've done it at Scott Whitney's studio there in Las Vegas. Scott's a resident of Las Vegas and has kindly opened his studio to us. We did it there, I think, 3 times. And this year we decided to do it as part of NAB. So we've got 5 of our friends that have agreed to let us come, kind of what's the vernacular for it now? We're going to come squat at their booth and meet anybody that wants to come. And then we've got a prize to give away, one at each booth. And we've got a schedule. Let's see if I can pull up the schedule here without doing any kind of music with it. Can I do that? Am I skilled enough to do that? Probably not. Let's try it anyway. Here we go. Okay. So we've got prizes and giveaways. Sunday we'll be at X Keys and vMix. Monday we'll be at PTZ Optics. Tuesday we'll be back at X Keys so that we can talk about central control. And then we'll do BirdDog on Tuesday as well. And each one of those places, we have a giveaway of the gear from that company. So at X Keys, we've got one of the brand new LED X Keys control surfaces. That's going to be fun. At vMix, we're going to give away a vMix Pro license, courtesy of one of our own. Tommy Willis has donated a license to give away there. PTZ Optics, we're going to be giving away a new Move 4K camera. Central Control, we're going to be giving away a Central Control Studio license. And Central Control is a sleeper, folks. You need to take a look at that. That is going to be it already is some awesome software. And it solves lots of problems that you didn't even know you had. It did for me. Tuesday also, we're going to be at BirdDog. BirdDog has got a very special announcement at NAB, and we will be participating to a small degree in that special announcement by giving away one of the items that they're going to be specially announcing. So bring a large backpack is all I can say. Actually, some of this stuff we may have to give you a picture of it and ship it to you later because there's not enough room in my suitcase. But that's okay. That's okay. So it's the show is 4 days, but we'll be doing meetups on the first, second, and third day, and then I'm actually traveling on the fourth day. So the folks at X Keys are going to greet us to start the show Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And we'll have a chance to go through the new X Keys lineup, all their cool new LED gears. The vMix folks will be able to go through their. They did last year. They had a sort of a traveling museum of vMix artifacts, and maybe it was like the first mouse pad or something like that. So you'll want to come through and see the vMix exhibit. And we're going to talk a little bit more about vMix here in just a second. PTZ Optics, not sure what's going on with them. I don't know that they've got a big splash announcement this year, but they have had such a good run. In fact, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. They've had such a good run in designing and building and shipping really reliable, easy to use pan tilt zoom cameras. And I've been fortunate to have been a partner with them for almost that long. And then Tuesday, we're back at X Keys in the morning at 11 o'clock for a full central control overview. And then Tuesday afternoon, and by the way, X Keys, vMix, PTZ Optics, and Central Control are all in what they call the southern lower hall. And BirdDog is in the central hall. Let me show you a little bit. I think I can do that. I think I have the capability. Yeah, here we go. So this is, let's see, let's do something here. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is the NAB website, and it shows us here in purple is the central hall, in kind of the royal blue is the south hall lower, and the lighter blue is the south hall upper, and then there's the west hall there in orange. And we're really interested primarily in the south hall. So we're going to go to the vMix. I've already got vMix in right up here, and we're going to go to the vMix booth. We also see that US Broadcast, who is a vMix reseller, will be there too. And they're actually kind of a wholesale level reseller. So if you're interested in getting the vMix product wholesale, you can talk with the folks at US Broadcast about becoming one of their resellers. But here is, and let's see, can we back out? Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. All right, so that is, for the most part, the lower, there we go, the lower south lower hall. And you can see there we've got, as you enter the hall from the left side, we've got Ross Video. And why is Ross Video notable? Ross Video is notable because the former guru at Realtek is now at Ross Video. And Dr. Andrew Cross, who is the creator of NDI, is now working with Ross Video. So that should be worth a good walkthrough. The Blackmagic booth is always a great one to look through because they've got all the little gidgy gadgets and the cameras and the control surfaces and just tons of gear. And that's why their booth is just so huge. And so if you get on this central hall and you walk down this central hall, well, actually, you'll have to make a right here at Adobe, and that will bring you over to vMix. So let's zoom back in on vMix, kind of see where they are. And they're going to be near Dell and some place called Edit Share. right across the hall from Backblaze. But here at VizRT, that's new tech. So they're not far from that. And what else might be interesting over in that same area? I mean, everything's going to be interesting. There's no doubt about that. But let's see. Can I drag and drop? Yeah, there we go. I can drag and drop. But right down this hallway is X keys. So I bet you could throw a mouse pad from vMix and hit X keys. Now, that's not a challenge. It's not a contest. But if you were to do that, something good might happen to you. Of course, you might get thrown out of NAB too. Anyway, so there's X keys right there and vMix right there. So those are two that you want to view. Over here is Live View. Live View is the, kind of the portable internet connection. So you want to take a look at that one, I would think. And then coming all the way across to the other side of the hall, let's see if we can find them here. You'd think I would know about this stuff. For now, come on, Tom. Oh, yep, let's just go a little larger. And there is PTZ Optics. So we've got, and there is US Broadcast. So, and right around them is Puget Systems. I think they build live streaming equipment like we do. I'm not sure what some of these others are, but it's going to be interesting to visit them. Oh, and there's AJA or AJA Video Systems, capture cards and other things like that. Let's go back up. Let's do a keyword and let's find BirdDog. So BirdDog is in the central hall. And where are they on this list? BirdDog, right there. There we go. And we'll zoom out again just so you can kind of get the feel for the hall. It's just really, really large. Canon has got a huge booth there. There's Grass Valley with another booth. Panasonic. And there is BirdDog right there. And I think right here is steps that go down to the big hall. And then in the upper area, it's a little bit smaller. The roof is a little tighter. But let's zoom in on the BirdDog folks and kind of see where they are. Let's see. So Borland is a company that had made the cameras. Not sure if they still do, but at one point they made the cameras for BirdDog. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Lumens is another camera company right next door to them. Newer is kind of a device accessory kind of company. I think like lights and light stands and all sorts of things that are used in video production. So there we go. We've got lots of interesting folks there for sure. So our schedule will have us in the Central Hall Tuesday afternoon for the announcement of their special new release and a giveaway of that new release. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. Going to be really cool. Can't wait. It's going to be exciting. I was counting up the other day, and we literally have thousands of dollars worth of gear to give away. I don't know. It's like, 2,000 or 3,000. It's not tens of thousands. But yeah, it's going to be great. There's going to be some great gear and software. And yeah, actually it's going to be over three, maybe close to $4,000 worth of gear. Wow. That's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. So make your plans for NAB. Definitely make your plans for us. Let me do that one more time. Let's see, where is the little graphic here? Yeah. You want to make plans to come visit these booths on these days. And this poster right here is on our Facebook page at Eastern Shore Broadcasting and in the Streaming Idiots Facebook group. And you'll find it in and around. We'll try to put it up as many places as we can. And if this schedule should change for any reason, we will be sure and let you know in the various forms and formats that we can. We'll be doing video from each one of those giveaways. Don't know that it's live. We'll have to see what our connection to the internet will be out there. But it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll get some interviews with some of you and interviews with some of the tech folks at those various booths. Really excited about that. Really excited about that. Change of subject, ever so slightly. How many days has it been? 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 days ago was Easter. 10 days ago was Easter on Sunday. And when my kids were growing up, and when I was growing up, it was very a common tradition, which had really nothing to do with Easter at all. But nevertheless, we would have an Easter egg hunt. And we would find Easter eggs that had been hidden for us in various places. Or we would go hide them, and the kids would find them, hopefully all of them. Every now and then we'd find one later in the year. But an Easter egg, to me, is something that is a surprise. And it's hidden, and you have to find it. And I found, well, one of them wasn't very hard to find because it practically slapped me in the face. But I've found 2 Easter eggs in vMix that were a bit of a surprise. And Easter egg number 1 is this new format of vMix called Rich Mahogany. Can you believe it? Look at that. It's a whole new backdrop to the vMix interface. And if you'll notice, the buttons here in the center are stitched leather. We've got the mahogany wood grain background. And yeah, this is cool stuff. Does it do anything new and different? No, it doesn't. But it was vMix's Easter egg. Actually, it was their April Fool's. And you remember 4 years ago, they introduced a feature, but they introduced it by way of April Fool's, which was called vMix Voice, where you could voice control vMix. And not long after that, I did a Streaming Idiot show using voice control. It was a disaster because it didn't recognize my voice, or when I would say things, it would think I was saying something else. So the show was an absolute disaster, and it was just a ton of fun. So there. Yeah, so Ed's saying this is a skin. That was good. That was good. Let's see. Easter was the last Sunday for some of us. Aha, very good. Where was I go? Oh, second Easter egg. Second Easter egg. All right, let's get rid of this little setup for a second. There we go. We're out of that. Second Easter egg I just found this morning. And let me show you where I found it. This is interesting. It's interesting to me. You can go to sleep, and I'll wake you up later if it's not interesting to you. So we're going to go back to our map. And let's go back to the vMix booth. vMix. And yeah, and then we're going to click vMix over here in the side. And at this point, it's not really vMix that I'm pointing out. But over here in the margin is a nice description from vMix. You know, over the past 14 years, vMix has led the way in software-connected product workflow, blah, 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 blah. And then we've got, you know, zoom, and this is another Easter egg. Here's another one. The complete REMI solution. Now, does that mean that vMix is now supporting REMI officially? Before they said they didn't officially support it. So we'll have to check and see. Is this has got to be an endorsement of that. But here, let's see, do it all with vMix in an industry-leading feature set and unparalleled performance. vMix can help your production stand out from the rest. 8-camera instant replay, ISO recording, live video callers with vMix and vMix Call, GPU acceleration, full NDI support. And we'll do read more. Can you see what that says? I read that as 4320p support. Does anybody know what 4320p is? Put it in the chat if you know. What is 4320? I had to look it up. I did not know what 4320 was. 4320p. Okay, that's like saying 480p. That's a standard resolution. 720p. That's kind of a low-end, high-definition resolution. Ed says it's Rich's hotel number. Ed, you're some friend. OG got it. The original gangster got it. vMix now, according to this, supports 8K UHD. Does it? Let's go find out. We'll go here, and we'll go here to settings, and we'll go here. Let's just drag this up here so we don't make it so confusing. Output size. There it is, 7680 by 4320. vMix is now supporting 8K. 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 REMI. Rich mahogany. Holy cow. Yeah, Tommy got it. Sorry, I didn't see that up there, Tommy. Tommy was the first one to get it. 8K. I've got to see if I can build a PC powerful enough. Well, obviously they have, if they've done it. I need to find an 8K source. I've got an 8K capture card. 8K. Can you imagine an 8K PC or a vMix PC capable of running 8K, doing instant replay on 8 cameras at 240 frames a second? Talk about some awesome hardware. The GI says it's going to have to be one hell of a computer. Yeah. But, I mean, how many people are going to do 8K? Maybe record in 8K. They're not going to live stream 8K. Not today. But, you know, vMix has always been ahead of the game. And so far as I can tell, unless I've just missed it, there is no mention of 8K anywhere. Now, maybe it was in the last vMix Fun Time live show because I haven't watched that one yet. Joe says that he's already worked in in 10 8K productions with Red cameras. I bet they weren't live streamed at 8K though, Joe. But they could be. As bandwidth increases all across the world. I don't have it here in my studio, but I've got fiber at the house. What did I have a choice of? Like 25 gigs up and down? I mean, it was ungodly expensive, but Joe says they actually were streamed at 8K, but he's not allowed to say where, or he would disappear and we would never find him. OG says he had a workstation that was built for 8K. Cool. And of course, Blackmagic, GI says Blackmagic has got all sorts of 8K stuff, but not live. We'll have to see. We're going to see Blackmagic in a couple of weeks. We'll ask them about 8K. 8K. I'm stunned. I'm just stunned. I am seldom rendered speechless, but this one rendered me speechless. Of course, there was nobody else in the room when I saw it, so there would be no evidence that I was speechless. Okay, let's flip over to the post show and chat, and if I happen to lose you at this point, maybe we'll meet up at NAB. Be right back. If this works. Not really. Okay, check. Yep, we've got sound. All right. No banana suit this year. Well, I don't know. There could be a repeat performance, Dave. But once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. Yep, that's true. All right, Tommy wants to know what's better about the new board, and this is the board he's talking about. The beauty of the new board is it's LED. And so when the software is fully implemented, at least for central control, it's implemented at LED. vMix, we're not sure what vMix is doing. They may just continue to enable it the way they have before, with just a blue and a red. But we'll see. I'll ask them when I get to NAB and find out. It would be great if they would support all the LED lights. That would be really, really cool. Really, really cool. And central control does. And in fact, I'm using that keyboard with central control right now because vMix hasn't yet unlocked the secrets to that board so that I can use it as a shortcut executor. But that's okay. That's okay. We're getting there. Sketty Eddie says, it's been a while since he's been there. You should go again. Now, Mike, when you say you're here, does that mean you're present on the live stream today or that you're going to be here at NAB? Because those are not the same thing. I want to see you at NAB. Thank you, Tommy. That's right. Subscribe, like, all that other nonsense. Nick Nichols is in the house. And I understand that that Nick may be having a party. Is that true? Tell us a little bit more, Nick. Mike says he's just kidding. Okay. All right. John is in the house. Welcome. Missed you earlier. Yep. Save your nickels and dimes, and maybe next year. Yeah. Newer does make all kind of cool stuff. I think some of my light fixtures here are newer. There you go. And Ed's talking about the mahogany skin. That's right. And Ed said, don't tell us where it is. Well, Ed, of course I had to tell you where it was. Otherwise you wouldn't believe me. But what I haven't checked, and I'll check right now and see, can we do, no, can't, oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No, I can't check. While we're streaming live, I can't check to see if they have enabled 8K on the stream function. Can I see on the record function? Let's see. Record. Yep, they got 8K recording. You want to see it? Let me show it to you. Hold on. One second. Okay, let's go bottom left-hand corner, record, and we'll drag that window over so you can see better. MP4s, size, 8K. Oh my gosh, can you imagine what an 8K AV I would create? Oh my gosh. All right, let's don't leave it at that because there's no telling what would happen if we do that. So we've got it. We've got 8K recording. We've got 8K function. I mean, the overall operating environment. So we probably have 8K streaming too. Joe's probably already used it. What can I say? Yep, and Tommy was the first one. And Ed was just hopeful. And it will need to be one hell of a computer. I can't wait to build that one. And this is where Joe said that he has he's worked on a bunch of them already. But he can't say where, or we might not ever see him again. So we'll have to see. We'll have to ask. And Mike lives in the real world. Doesn't compare with mahogany. If you came over on the 16th, you could win a BirdDog, or what was the other thing? Hold on, let's see. Or the Central Control studio version. Nick says no party, too busy. I tell you what, those guys in Las Vegas are always busy. All right, Otis is there, and Nick has already looked at it. No 8K on the stream today. Someone should make a Barbara Walters filter like we used to joke about on the cameras for 8K. Uh-huh. Who's Barbara Walters? Those Texas guys getting together there. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nick Nichols, if you guys don't know, is one of the hosts of our Streaming Idiots shows, Streaming Idiots meetups in the past with Scott Whitney. And if you went to one of those, chances are you enjoyed the whole production that he set up behind the scenes. Yeah. Joe says you can do 8K SRT output, which works better if your CDN can accept an SRT ingest. Well, there you go. SRT. Huh. That would make it more secure, more reliable. Good way to transport video. SRT. Huh. Those Texans going at it again. All right, OG says you have to enter the resolutions for K manually, like Streamlabs or XSplit does for 8K. Okay, I'm not familiar with Streamlabs or XSplit. I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never used them. So XSplit does 8K. Wow. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I wonder if we're going to get to see XK at NAB. I mean, if these guys have put it in there, it's just one little place that I found it. I looked through the vMix website just briefly before the show, and I didn't see it. So there. A little clarification there. And Nick says it is there. And how do you pronounce that? Ikegami? Ikegami? I don't know. Shows in his setup is 4320 P30. Can you imagine 4320 P60 or P240? Ikegami. Or Ikigami. Ikigami. Got it. Ikigami. Thank you, Ed. I'm such an idiot sometimes. All right. So maybe next week's stream we'll stream 8K. But I would have to get an 8K camera. We could stream 8K. Huh. That would be something. That would be something. All right, guys. Well, heck fire. What am I missing? What am I missing? Anything? I guess, in conclusion, well, there you go. In conclusion, cool stuff going on in the live streaming world. NAB coming up in 2 weeks. Big BirdDog announcement at that show. vMix with all the Easter eggs that may or may not be part of NAB, but, well, they said it in the NAB literature. And the Remy, that's big. We need to get somebody from vMix back on the show. Or maybe I can do some interviews at NAB and get those guys on the show. I mean, on this show, but maybe just recorded. You got to help me with that one. Grr, 8K, not 8C. What? Help me out here. Help me out here. All right, so NAB, big announcement by BirdDog. Some stuff we want to see if vMix is showing off. Got all sorts of prizes to give away. Thousands of dollars worth of prizes to give away. No cash. You'll just gamble that away at NAB. You have to be present to win. We'll be posting, if we can't do it live, and I just don't know yet, Um, I got distracted by OG's message here. You guys know what you're talking about. I have no clue. I have no clue. Okay. NAB, lots of prizes. Big announcement about BirdDog. Some stuff we need to check on with vMix on this 8K thing and this Remy thing. And the mahogany we already know and love. PTZ Optics could have something up their sleeve. If you haven't seen, if you have, I mean, you don't even have to wait for NAB. Go check out on YouTube some of the central control videos. Now, they're not really well done. They're kind of amateurish. Joe, I'm teasing. And some of them don't show they've updated their software since they put out some of the videos, but nevertheless, central control is super cool. If you're doing any kind of live production, it's a tool you need to have in your toolbox. And of course, an X keys with LED lights is just the bomb. Yeah, I'm thrilled with that. I've got them here, and I'll bring some to NAB as giveaways. We'll see. So yeah, so I think we have time to do. We have time to do a show next week. Have time to do a show next week. So we'll have, perhaps we'll have some more information, and we'll know more about the 8K and the Remy. And we may have some other booths that we can visit and give away stuff there too. We'll see. And yeah. Central control is a giant Easter egg, Ed. It just and this and there's central control software, and then there's central control company. The central control company has got this text driven what do you call those things? Teleprompter that you can embed commands into it. So if you do any kind of teleprompting, on live streams or live video, anyway, you need to look at that. It's amazing. In fact, Joe, we probably need to get you back in on the show and talk about that. I know we talked about central control last time, but I think the teleprompter is a cool thing that a lot of people will get out to. All right, and Nick Nichols has been out there doing some looking. And he's found this in a quick search. As of January 2022, the only real options for streaming 8K content were YouTube and Vimeo. And YouTube by far is the best destination for this. And the AV1 codec, assuming your TV supports it. Unfortunately, there's no way to filter 8K content as there is with 4K or HDR video content, not yet. Yeah, the AV codec could really play into this whole 8K scheme, because you remember the AV1 codec, which vMix now supports, and the NVIDIA 4000 series graphics card have the AV1 chip on it, allow you to really crunch video so that it can be streamed out at a lower bit rate. For example, today we're streaming 1080p 60 at what are we streaming it at 6 megabits per second. Unheard of. And it's not, it may not be the clearest in the world so far as any kind of movement, but for a talking head, it's perfect. But you think, okay, so this is 1080p 60. You got 4K 30, which would be twice what I'm doing now. And then 8K would be 8 times what I'm doing now if you did it at 30 frames a second. So 8 times what I'm doing now. My CPU is at 5%. So 8 times 5 is 40. We might have to do a little test at this point. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I appreciate you guys. You honor me with your presence. And I don't mean like Christmas presents. I mean like being with me. You honor me by being around. Look forward to meeting you at NAB if possible. And if you just see me, hanging around somewhere, by all means, come up and introduce yourself. Don't wait for one of the meetups. Although I'd love to see you at the meetups too. I'd love to see you go home with something really cool in your backpack. Okay. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.